Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome. I'm Erika Flint. We are going live from Cascade Hypnosis Center in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. I hope you're having a great day. We're live on YouTube. We're also live on Zoom. So welcome everyone. Great to see you. Hope you're having a good week. It's beautiful here today. And we have the Bellingham Marathon this weekend, and I'm going to do the half, so that should be fun. Today, we are talking about how to become a professional hypnotist in less than 6 months. And this means that you get to start helping people do really hard things right away. So let's get started. I am here in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. We are north of Seattle and about 90 miles or 60 miles south of Vancouver, British Columbia. So where in the world are you at? Please use the chat to let us know where in the world you are from. I see John and Ron. Thank you for being here today. Where are you guys sitting right now? And anybody else on the call? Tim is in Hawaii. Hello, Tim. Tim is our director of admissions. So thank you, Tim, for being here. Olympia, Washington. All right, John, not too far away. We've got Pam Leno, grad there, working there. She's amazing. All right. Oh, and Olympia, Washington, and Marin. Okay, awesome. Very good. Well, welcome, you guys. That's a great part of the world to be in. I created Cascade Hypnosis Center in the year 2013 after a really low point in my life, unfortunately. I'm glad that it's over, but at the time I wasn't sure that I wanted to continue living, and I ended up in the emergency room. And I basically used hypnosis to save my life. It is a happy story. So I used hypnosis to stop drinking. I used hypnosis to get rid of my TMJ. I used hypnosis to lose weight. And then I turned around and I stopped my job as a software developer and I became a hypnotist. So now I get to help people reprogram the most powerful computing device in the world, which is the human brain. And it's a real honor to help people with this type of thing. Okay, we've trained over 500 professional hypnotists now in this wonderful art and science of hypnosis, and it's been a great honor. I'm a board certified hypnotist with the National Guild of Hypnotists and the 5-Path organization. I'm also in the Order of Braid, which is an honor society for the National Guild of Hypnotists, and won a bunch of awards in the organization as well. And that's just to show you that, you know, this job is a profession and there's ways to grow and excel in this field. I'm also an author of 4 books. One that you might be interested in since you're here is Can You Be a Hypnotist? And if you'd like a copy of it or you haven't received a copy of it yet, leave a message in chat below and Tim will be sure to get you a copy of this book, a digital copy of this book, okay? All right, so our agenda today, we're going to talk about the modern and professional hypnotherapeutic techniques that we use at Cascade Hypnosis Center. I mention this because I only teach what we actually use, okay? I'm not teaching cool techniques that you'll never use. I'm not teaching theoretical insights that you'll never use. You're going to learn the things that you'll actually use with clients day in and day out, all day long, okay? It's systematic and repeatable. If it wasn't systematic and repeatable, you'd feel overwhelmed and maybe a little chaotic, and we do see a lot of hypnotists come to our program because of that, because they got inspired by hypnosis in another program, but it wasn't systematic or repeatable, and they felt a little overwhelmed. Now, this was my experience too. My first experience with hypnosis after being in the hospital in the emergency room was I took a different hypnosis class, and that class was good, but it was not what I consider professional, meaning I didn't know what to do with my clients. Okay, when I was like not sure the very first thing that I needed to do with my clients. So this technique, this method and system that I'm going to be sharing with you today is systematic. Okay, so you will be able to take your client from presenting issue to full relief, and that feels really good. That's fulfilling for us, and it's fulfilling for our clients, okay? And so it makes your job a lot easier with these systematic components. Students have success in class right away and build confidence. And this is expected and what we want. Of course, we want you to be a true believer in hypnosis, because when you're a true believer in hypnosis, your enthusiasm, and it's easy for you to share the truth, and it's easy for you to get clients, okay? There is no prior experience or education. A lot of people want to know if you need to be a counselor, if you need to be a therapist, and the answer is no. And the main reason for that is because in hypnosis, we believe the answers are within our clients. We are not diagnosing them with some manual, okay? We are creating an environment for our clients to feel really safe so that the truth can be revealed and we can do work to finding them an acceptable solution, okay? Now, today we're looking at this through the lens of becoming a professional hypnotist in less than 6 months, okay? And as part of this course, you'll be a professional hypnotist after the first week of training. Now, it's an intense week of training, and there is pre-work. But what we're going to be talking about here today is not just the initial training and what type of training to get, etc., but also what you can do afterwards so that in 6 months, you have a systematic approach to your practice, and people are coming in based on the ways that you set your practice up, okay? And we've been help doing this with our grads for quite some time, so it's great to share it here with you guys today. All right, so why are you here today? You're probably thinking about becoming a professional hypnotist. You might have already seen a professional hypnotist, or someone you love might have already. You might have an experience with hypnosis or the mind. You might have been to a cool event or something like that. And you might already know the power of the mind. But you want the skills of a professional hypnotist. You know, there's a lot of training out there. There's a lot of weekend courses or concepts. This is a professional level course where you're going to learn all of the legal requirements, all of the state requirements, all of the guild requirements for operating professionally and able to safely and ethically work with your clients and get them results, okay? So what is this training for? It's for people with a servant's heart, okay? So this training is for people who want to help people, and you want to help them and help them achieve their highest result, okay? So you really care about people. That's what a servant's heart is. You're not in it for the money or the prestige maybe, or like the cool factor. That's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because you want to help people. You might see a need in your life, in your business, in your world, and you want to be part of the solution. We get a lot of massage therapists because in their line of work, they see a lot of people emoting on the table. And so they're really, able to help them with the physicality of physical massage, but they want, it's happening right there in front of them. And they're like, I want the skills to be able to help my client further. Not that they would do hypnosis with them right then, but we do have a lot of hypnotists or massage therapists who are also hypnotists, okay? Because now they can help them with both, okay? We tend to train a lot of healers, a lot of nurses, a lot of massage therapists, a lot of educators, a lot of people who are kind of retiring and they want to do something fulfilling. They want, to do something where they're looking forward to going into the office and helping people, okay? So it tends to be coaches, therapists, and a lot of compassionate humans. So do you feel like you're meant to help others in a lasting and meaningful way? And are you intrigued by how the mind works and believe we are more inherently powerful than we realize? So let's talk about how to start a purpose-driven part-time hypnosis practice. Now, this is what we talked about last time. And I'm going to show you how we make it 6 months, okay? So a practical path to income, impact, and sustainable success. So let's first define this. What is a purpose-driven part-time hypnosis practice? It's a flexible practice, but it's also fulfilling, and you'll probably work with people 2 or 3 days a week. Okay, you don't have to quit your day job, but you might not have one, or you might already be retired. So people are doing this like evenings and weekends, or they might be subleasing a practice for like 1 or 2 days a week. Okay, you can start small, but then grow with purpose, and it becomes self-sustaining. Without growing it with purpose, people tend to try to do everything, and they get a little too spread thin, and they might feel a little overwhelmed, and then before you realize it, one thing leads leads to another, and they've stopped doing their work. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. All right, so how do you become a professional hypnotist in less than 6 months and create some of this repeatable, systematic incoming clients and process? So the first thing that you're going to do is work with private clients, okay? Working with private clients is going to give you the skill and expertise to get your clients results. But we're also going to be paying attention to the types of things that people are struggling with, and we're going to create assets, meaning recordings and classes and courses that meet the needs of our clients. That gives us an opportunity to go into the world and teach a class, okay? Now, you can teach a class online. You can teach it locally. You can teach it for free. You can teach it out of business, okay? Whatever feels good to you. But now we're bringing that message to more people. Now, those people will sign up and become clients of yours, and then we get to further create those products into passive income products. This brings you a steady stream of new clients, and you start building and earning money while you're asleep, basically, right? Passive income products. So people are buying recordings from you, and that is helping them, okay? And here is a model of it. You're going to have your private clients. You teach classes, and a lot of this comes from just paying attention, okay? Paying attention to what our clients are presenting with. And of course, it's almost always some level of anxiety, and or sleep, okay? And so we have a lot of material for you to help you teach these classes like the Stress Buster workshop, how to get better sleep with hypnosis. These things really contribute to other people getting relief and really helps your business grow, okay? So work with private clients. You're going to offer structured front-end packages with clear pricing. No single sessions, okay? No single sessions. Single sessions might help, but it's never a full solution unless it's a very unique situation. And we want our clients to know that it is going to take more than one session to get them full relief, okay? So that's a very important kind of priming consideration and something that I look for when I am determining if I can get my clients results or not. They need to be open to the fact that it's not like some single session home run magical hypnosis session. What we do is we give you great results week after week, and then they go out into the world, they make different decisions. They feel differently. They're sleeping better. They're feeling better. And so then when they come back, now they are feeling better. So every single week when they come back, they're on what I call the upward spiral. Okay, and it makes your job as a practitioner a lot easier because now you're selling a package of maybe 5 or 6 sessions, and you might want to have, as a part-time practitioner, you might want to have 4 clients a month. That would be great, 4 clients a week, part-time, 2 one day, 2 the next, okay? And that would be a great business too. You don't really need to do more than that, but if you don't sell packages, then you're selling single sessions. Okay, instead of having 4 clients, you might find that you need to have 20, okay? And then your clients probably aren't getting as good of results because we really do need to see how the hypnosis kind of stuck to our clients, so to speak. And that happens when the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. The client goes out to the world, they live their life applying everything they've learned, and then they come back and we get to help make adjustments. Okay, so we really want our clients to know it's a package solution. It's going to be over the course of about 5 weeks on average, okay? There are some issues like substance that might be a little longer in general, like 8 weeks for alcohol, for example, okay? You can focus on common issues. I mean, we all know there's plenty of common issues these days. Things are getting more and more stressful, okay? People are feeling more and more out of control. They're feeling more and more pressure financially, with relationships. And so there's a lot of work to do, so to speak. Okay, there's no end to the amount of stress and tension that people are experiencing in all relationships of their life now, maybe more so than ever before. Okay, so the need for people who are able and willing to remain calm while our clients are presenting their issue, and then we can help them work through it, like the need couldn't be greater. Okay, we do need a lot of people who are helping others with the stress and anxiety of everyday living with powerful and effective hypnosis. Okay, and that's what we're talking about here. So you're going to help the people around you, okay? And then you're going to create space for ongoing work and additional programs. So for example, I have clients who I've been working with for years, and I work with them once a month, and there's other specific things that we do. But the more repeat clients you have, the easier it makes it for you, right? I think I have 5 or 6 monthly clients right now, okay? So the real success starts by helping real people right where you are, okay? It's usually some level of stress, right? That's usually what's causing us some problems. So one of the ways to do this is to create what's called a conversion story. And a conversion story is a hopeful story. I call it a hypnosis hero story, where hypnosis is the hero, okay? When somebody hears this story, what they're going to notice is how helpful hypnosis is, and the listener, becomes the hero. And now the listener, oh my gosh, I want that. Can you help me with that? Erika, you were talking to me. That's what people will say. So this is a conversion story, and it's often based on your own results. And this is why we want you to be a true believer in hypnosis, because when you are a true believer in hypnosis, creating your hypnosis hero story is easy, and it's authentic. And you can get aligned with it, and now you're enthusiastic about it. And so that is really important, when you're enthusiastic about it and can talk about it with ease, okay? Now, what are clients seeking support for? Weight loss is still big, even though Ozempic is everywhere. Not everybody can be on Ozempic, and Ozempic is very expensive, okay, and it has side effects, okay? I'm seeing a lot more clients presenting with ADHD-related issues, like they're actually saying they have a diagnosis and they need help focusing, something like that, okay? A lot of clients, as usual, anxiety and feeling out of control. And they usually come to us at what might be considered rock bottom. They don't know what else to do, and sometimes they don't even know why they're there. They'll be like, Erika, I don't know why I'm here. I don't really believe in hypnosis, but I don't know what else to do, and my sister recommended it, and she thinks you can help me. Okay, so we do get clients who are kind of at their wits' end. And isn't it an amazing place to be when they have nowhere else to go? We have a solution that works, because it's not external, okay? Most people have tried all the things out there. They've read the books. They've done all of this stuff. But with hypnosis, and what makes hypnosis unique is hypnosis, we're going to kind of bring down that wall and help our client now look internally, okay? And that's usually where there's some very interesting information that helps our clients release limiting beliefs, shift their state, and do things that they haven't been able to do before. Okay, get through a situation and not smoke. I've gotten a lot of people who are wanting to stop smoking right now, and they're like, Erika, it's gotten worse. Like, I was a social smoker, but now with everything in politics and everything that's going on, I'm starting to increase my smoking. So I've had a bunch of people coming in and want to stop smoking, okay? And do you know how good it feels for people to be able to go through a whole day without smoking? But it's not just without it, it's without thinking about it, okay? We get to help our clients forget. They can forget how awesome smoking is, and we replace it with relief in another way. But the way that we help people is just remarkable. It is mind-blowing for people. There are experiences where they have tried so hard by pushing consciously, right? And they come in for hypnosis, and we're able to kind of turn the lights on at a deeper issue that their subconscious had been protecting them from, and now they feel like they absolutely needed that in order to move forward, and they feel like they got their life back on track. Okay, so sometimes it feels like hypnosis is required to get to that deeper thing that our clients are protecting. Okay, we're helping a lot of kids, a lot of people with confidence, and we help a lot of people with pain, with chronic pain too, alongside our clients' medical team. Okay. But the number one most important thing as a practitioner is authenticity, okay? Our clients need to believe and trust in what we're saying. And so part of our job is to communicate what hypnosis is, how it works, and how it can work for them. And again, this is why hypnosis hero story can be so effective, because when you tell your own story of relief and change, like let's just say, for example, you lost 15 pounds, or you stopped smoking, or you decided to sleep better, that becomes an excellent story and makes it easy for you to bring in clients and start all of this, okay? All right, so let's look at pricing and profit. So hypnosis solution, we talked about this before, solutions only, packages only, no single sessions. For brand new hypnotists here at Cascade Hypnosis Center, I'll usually start them between $800 and $1,600. Now, $1,600 if they're coaches and have worked with people before, $800 if they've never worked face-to-face with a client before, because they might be a little nervous, right? So the first month they might be at 800, and then they'll quickly go up to 1,600. Okay. Experienced hypnotists are charging anywhere from $1,800 to $3,500 for a package. And I have a program called 10K Hypnotist. And a 10K Hypnotist, if you can imagine a $2,000 package for 5 sessions, 6 sessions, and if you sign up 5 of those clients a month, okay, that would be a 10K program. And when we're looking at this on the calendar, how are you going to sign up 5 new people every month? Well, we have a conversion ratio of 50%. That means half the people that you talk to will sign up with you. And so if you want to sign up 5 people in a month, that means your job is to talk to 10. Okay. And if you're going to talk to 10 people in a month, that is basically, a little more than 2 a week, right? So if you're a part-time practitioner, you might work 10 days a month. That might be 1 person a day. You're going to talk to 1 person a day in a business context of hypnosis, meaning a consultation, a free consultation, a paid consultation, something like that. Strategy sessions, some people call them, okay? And that will lead you to a 10K a month program, at least, okay? And then you can raise your rates and work with more people, for example, okay? Now, how do we do that? Well, we do that with social proof, we do that with live events like teaching classes, and we do that with email. Okay, so social proof, of course, is very important. We're going to use testimonials and referrals. So you're going to immediately implement a testimonial and a referral strategy that we have developed for you. It's really easy. And but the live events, okay, so I want you to realize that live events are special because people are meeting the real hypnotist. And there's a lot of folks who are going to say, oh, I would never do hypnosis, you can't read my mind, or all of that type of thing that comes from stage hypnotism. Okay, now the truth is, those same people, if they're in a situation that they really need help, they will still come, and those are the ones who are going to say to me, oh, Erika, I don't know why I'm here, but I need help with something. Okay, so one of the aspects of these live events that is so particularly useful is people will say to you, oh my gosh, well, Erika, I would do hypnosis with you, but I would do it with you though. Okay, they automatically feel safe and comfortable doing it with me, something that they might have felt nervous about before. And so, this kind of plays into the idea that people are not afraid of hypnosis, they're afraid of the hypnotist. Okay, so they're afraid of what they've seen in movies of the hypnotist taking over somebody's brain. Okay, so I just found that one of the best ways to get new clients is to show up live. And I'm going to teach live at the co-op or the library, and even on Zoom can be live, of course. But if you're doing it in person in your community, there's nothing that can beat that. There's nothing that can beat that, because people get to meet the real you, and that is authentic, right? Now, I showed you before what people are coming to hypnosis for, weight loss, anxiety, but what's under the covers, right? And I share this because in the past I've had some people say, Erika, I don't want to work on weight loss. I don't want to talk about food all day. But the truth is, underneath all of the issues that our clients are struggling with is something deeper, okay? So even if you think you're helping somebody with weight loss, really what you're helping them with is getting through a situation of trauma or abandonment. Okay, so there's these type of deeper issues under the covers of all of the things that we work with our clients, and that's kind of what makes it so fulfilling. Okay, all right, so the second is to teach live classes. Now, how do we do this? Well, my favorite way is to notice what's coming in my practice. This is top of mind for our clients. I'm going to teach a class just on that, right? Like Stress Buster Workshop, how hypnosis helps you lose weight. And I know that people will be interested in that and give them some relief and a hypnosis recording, and then a percentage of those will want to work with me as a private client. Okay, so it kind of becomes systematic. I'm noticing what my clients are saying. I'm teaching classes, and teaching builds the credibility that I just mentioned. You get to teach on topics that you care about and are coming up for your clients, okay? And so then you get to use the awareness of that class to bring in new clients, and you'll sign up clients in the class itself, okay? You can also offer classes at businesses. There's a lot of businesses that want Stress Buster, certain levels of mindfulness and certain ways of thinking that you can teach classes there too, okay? Here I am at the co-op. So this is the food co-op. I taught Reprogram Your Weight there a bunch of times, okay? And it always went really well, right? Because people get to actually leave their house and come into an event. And an event like this, I probably got maybe 2 or 3 clients out of something like this. And the class itself, we used to do it for free, but then over time we started charging $5. And the $5 price tag went really well, because then we wouldn't get the people who just want a free class. Okay, but this is something that I teach you about how to go about teaching community courses as part of the course after the certification class. Okay, we want to make it easy for you guys to go out and repeat this. Okay, so you get to also educate on what hypnosis really is. So this is the truth about hypnosis. People have a lot of misperceptions about what hypnosis is. And so when we share with them the truth about hypnosis, that all the answers are within them and they have the power to do this, it makes them feel safe and it makes them feel good. So we kind of help people realize that hypnosis isn't mind control, okay? And if it is, it's you controlling your own mind, okay? That's what we want them to come away with there. We also want to share practical uses of hypnosis. So something that you could give to your community that will help them feel better right now. Okay, and that's usually in some form of a technique. I like to give them a recording that they can take home and listen to every night. Don't underestimate the power of even just the spoken word, spoken voice in a soft setting that is helping our clients relax and helping our clients fall asleep so that they can do everything they want to do in their life, okay? All right, so here is an example. Teach a Stress Buster workshop. And we've had a lot of our grads teach a Stress Buster workshop as well. It's a really well-developed class. And so this might be something you'd be able to do right away after you graduate. You'd be able to take the Stress Buster material, put a Stress Buster workshop on the calendar. And then the last thing, which we're going to come to in just a minute, is develop a hypnosis recording. These 3 things work so well together. Now, you will tell your hypnosis hero story when you're teaching a class, and you'll give away your hypnosis recording. Now, all of that systematic piece there means that people will start coming on your mailing list and on your calendar, and you won't have to do a thing. Like yesterday. Yesterday, I was just sitting there. I'd gotten home from work, and I was just sitting on my deck because it was a nice day, and I got an email. New consultation. And then I got a second one, 2 in a row. New consultation. Okay, so I didn't have to do anything. And new people are getting on my calendar for a consultation regularly. Okay. And here you will have, so this is the model with 1 class, 1 recording, and that's what leads to this systematic approach. We don't need a lot of different things, okay? This has worked for my clients for years, okay? And we have kind of packaged it up for you to take advantage of, all right? All right, so what separates hypnotists that struggle from the ones that make a difference? So I'm going to share with you now the system of hypnosis, not the marketing part, but the actual hypnosis. What is the method of hypnosis that we are using to get our clients such great results? And the truth is, folks who struggle tend to not have a systematic approach. And I can say that because we get a lot of students who have taken other hypnosis courses and it wasn't enough, and then they came and took ours. Now, that was my experience too, where I went and took a class It was a good hypnosis course. I was really inspired. The teacher was great. Like, it was a fun class. I enjoyed the students. I learned a lot. But at the end of that class, when I thought about what do I do with a new client, I didn't know, like, I wasn't taught what to do to take your client from presenting issue to full relief. I didn't know what to do. Now I do. Of course, we need intake paperwork. We have to prime them. There's a lot of questions. There's pre-talk. There's a lot of procedural things that we're going to do that make this a professional business and a professionally run training program. Okay, so you definitely want the right skill and technique. Okay, that's for sure. And you want to feel skilled at hypnosis, but you also want to have confidence that you can hypnotize anybody who wants to do hypnosis with you. Okay, I want to be really clear that this is not covert hypnosis. Okay, this isn't sneaky street hypnosis or beach hypnosis. This is hypnosis where people are like, yes, I want to do hypnosis with you. Okay, you need to have the strategy for proper hypnosis session and client management. How do you keep people coming in? How do you keep them coming back? What is done during, between each session to keep our clients feeling really well, like some coaching, questions and forms and things like that to support your client. You'll also want business building. Okay, what do you really need to do to grow your business? Okay, so there's other aspects that come along with being an entrepreneur that we'll share with you. There's also self-care and internal state regulation. So you're going to be working with a lot of people who are presenting with anxiety, for one, a lot of anxiety. And so a lot of our clients are anxious. And you're going to want to have the skill of not being anxious with them, not getting in the boat with them, so to speak, right? So your mirror neurons will be trained for calm. This is one of the reasons why clients will sign up with us, because they'll walk through the door and they'll feel anxious, but because you have stabilized a state of calm in your life, like, people feel calm around you immediately. That makes people want to work with you. Oh, I immediately feel a sense of calm with you. Wow, like, that's what we want. So part of what you're going to be doing is remaining calm. Okay, and that comes with practice. And then implementation, not just what you've learned in training, right? Class can be great, but you want to implement it in real life, right? So we go the extra step of offering implementation so that we actually help you implement these things in your life after class. Get the course ready, record the hypnosis recording, and get all of those things ready to go to make your job easier so you can focus on hypnosis. Okay, you can focus on working with clients. Okay. Not having a systematic approach will stop you from being successful. Again, we see that all the time. It was my experience. I felt overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do, so I did nothing. That's what the brain does. An overwhelmed brain tends to do nothing. We take no action. Okay, we just kind of stay stuck. Okay, so a systematic approach will help you tremendously. And it's called 5-Path, 5-Phase Advanced Transformational Hypnosis. It was developed by Mr. Cal Banyan over 20 years ago, but it was also based on universal therapy by Gerald Kind. So its roots go way, 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 way back in hypnosis. And it uses some of the best techniques in hypnosis in general, but they are put together systematically in a way that really serves your clients, okay? Now, I've been a 5-Path hypnotist since 2013, and I still do 5-Path with my clients every single day, okay? It's highly effective, and it is a insight-based hypnosis. We use very little scripts, at least. That's not part of the core program. It is insight-based, and so the goal is for you to be fully present with your client almost the whole time. And that is what's going to help get our clients great results. And then you're not reading scripts, you're not memorizing anything, you're not, oh, does anybody have a script for this? No, we don't operate that way, okay? So let me dive into the different pieces here. So 5-Phase Advanced Transformational Hypnosis. The first phase is phase 1, preparation, testing, and convincing. And the goal of this phase is for our client to leave hopeful, okay? Because by the time clients make it to our office, they are hopeful. They wouldn't be there if they weren't. But usually they're a little down. Oh, I hope you can help me, Erika. And so this very first session is so powerful. We have a really good technique for really changing things around on that very first session, so our clients leave feeling so much better. Wow, Erika, forgot what good felt like. I've heard that one plenty of times. So people are reminded of the truth in hypnosis, and it helps them remember that they're powerful and amazing beings, okay? We forget it all the time, unfortunately, but as hypnotists, we have the honor of reminding our clients how amazing they are. That's part of our job, right? That's why this job is so fulfilling for us, okay? Phase 2, age regression and age progression. This is probably one of the most powerful tools that we have as hypnotists. Don't let anybody tell you it's dangerous. You would not use this with severely like mental PTSD people, but we're not going to help those people in hypnosis in general anyway, okay? So age regression and age progression is natural. It happens all the time. It really is another description of PTSD where the brain thinks it's happening all over again. We, with the right skill and training, you get to go in and resolve all of that in probably 10 minutes. Now, there will be things that you do on either end of that 10 minutes that make the process itself easier and integrated, but in general, we get to help our clients get rid of a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of trauma kind of stuck in their nervous system, in the unconscious mind, in age regression. Okay, people totally turn things around in age regression. Okay, and it tends to be associated with the core issue. So age regression, like once we get through age regression, our clients tend to stop drinking, stop smoking, like the chips don't seem as good anymore. Age regression has a tendency to kind of be a big part of root cause, okay? And when we get through, I don't want to say get rid, when we get through that root cause, our clients feel so much better, and they'll feel better not just for the reasons they came in to see you for. They will feel better for other things in their life too. Okay, and that's because it's the root cause. It's negatively impacting other things too. Okay, now after age regression, which is usually getting rid of fear. Okay, fear, and it could be very old fear, meaning the conscious mind might not be aware of this old fear. It might be something where later on the client is saying to you, "Oh, I forgot about that. I thought I fixed that a long time ago." Okay, those are the types of things that our clients will say to us after this session. But they'll also say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much that was impacting me. Erika, I feel so light. I feel so much better." Okay, so there's a physical aspect to this too, where clients can feel lighter and better. Okay, so after age regression, now we're going to help our clients with forgiveness or getting rid of unfairness. Okay, we'll have clients who don't like the concept of forgiveness. They think it's associated with Christianity or some level of judgment, and so we work with this within our clients' expectations and within our clients' belief system. Okay, but the truth is, when people hang on to anger and resentment, it causes back pain, it causes issues, and so we really want to help our client understand and release the feelings that are associated with unfairness in their life. This sets our clients free in many, many, many cases, okay? And if your client is having a physical ailment, there's very likely some stuck resentment in there that we would also call anger that the client is not wanting to release. And once you help them through that, they will physically feel so much better, okay? Even when everything else has failed. Okay. Now, after we get through that unfairness with other people and forgiveness, then phase 4 is forgiveness of self. And this is associated with guilt, feelings of guilt, feelings of not good enough, and anger at the self as well. And a lot of our clients, they're harder on themselves than they are on anybody else. So when it comes to what might be most destructive in their life, it might be negative self-talk, and it might be a lot of feelings of guilt. And how are they covering that up? They're drinking, they're eating, okay? And when we get rid of that guilt, when we get rid of that perceived guilt, when we shift the perspective, when we help our clients see it in a different way or release it, so much more peace. They just don't feel the pull for the chips. They don't feel the idea for the drinking. Okay, so our client, after these sessions, they will come home and feel more peaceful, and they forgot to eat the chips. They forgot to stop and get a cigarette. And that's really what we want to go for as hypnotists, right? I don't want to help my client, the push-pull, like, oh, I don't want to smoke, but I do, I don't, but I do, is so much more preferred if they just entirely forget about it. Now, they're not forgetting entirely. They remember at some point of the day, but what we really want to happen is they're like, wow, I haven't thought about a cigarette all day. Wow. Wow. And that's the effortlessness aspect of hypnosis when done well, because that's a mind blow for your clients. They don't realize they are that powerful. And when you help them stop smoking, now you can help them nearly do anything. Okay. Now, phase 5 is parts mediation, and this is designed for people who are struggling with secondary gain. Okay, a second reason to hang on to the problem. This is often, a common situation here is when someone gets hurt. Someone gets hurt at work, and they don't really have a lot of reason to go back to work if they're getting paid to be sick, so to speak. Okay, but we do see it in the hypnosis office with clients who are losing weight. So I have a lot of clients who got stuck on secondary gain. They were losing a bunch of weight, and then their spouse kind of became a little nervous about it, right? They're not wanting to stay home and watch Netflix and eat food. Now they're going out with their friends. They're going out walking at night instead, right? So this can be something that in a relationship, secondary gain can show up, and our client needs to have a conversation with their partner. We've been able to fix it every single time, but it is interesting what comes up at hypnosis sessions. And these 5 phases will help you bring a client from a state of immobilization because they're too fearful or they're stressed out, to a place where they are freely feeling like themselves. They feel like they're able to consider what they want in their life. They're able to be nice to other people, but also themselves, and they're getting everything that they want in their life. Okay, so it's highly fulfilling to help people with these things. It is a proven system of hypnosis. So this is the other thing that's really great about 5-Path. We have thousands of practitioners around the world, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Now, it has continued to develop and change and shift over time, but that's, of course, you would want that, right? You would want anything that's living and breathing to shift and change over time. So we have just proof across the board, time and time and time again with clients, that this process works, okay? But part of that is because it's been developed really well, okay? And part of that is the induction. The 5-Path induction has depth testing built in, it has convincers built in, and there are criteria-based elements built into the induction. So what that means is when you learn the 5-Path induction, you have all of these tools and techniques built in. Okay, so that makes your job easier. And the entire 5-Path system has been designed that way, where each technique is kind of built in, and so it makes it easy for you to be an expert practitioner right away. Okay, now of course over time you'll continue to gain experience and expertise, but you can be excellent right away. Okay, but the number one reason that I like 5-Path is clients get results, and this is the only reason, really, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't make sense to do this if clients aren't getting results, but they get results time and time and time and time and time again. Yesterday I had a client who stopped smoking. She's so excited about stopping smoking, she decided to sign her kid up for hypnosis with me. Now, it's very sweet. I need to make sure that the younger person is excited about that as well. But, when somebody gets results on something that they've been trying years to resolve, and now they're able to do it in a week, and they're reminded how powerful they are. Yeah, she wanted to share it with her daughter. She wanted her daughter to get the same results. And that's kind of how we want to operate, right? We want to help this person and then help that person. And the experience gained by helping them, we get to kind of feed into the class that we're going to teach. And then we get to create a recording that goes with that. And now our clients are getting results week after week. But there is a secret ingredient, and the secret ingredient is self-hypnosis. So you will, as part of this course, not only will you learn a 5-path, but you will also be certified as a 7th path teacher. And that means you can teach 7th path self-hypnosis to your clients, and you can teach it in a class. So 7th path could be one of the classes that you teach to bring in new clients. And 7th path helps your clients kind of continue doing the work that you started with them all week long. So when they're not with you, your client continues practicing self-hypnosis, and that is part of the solution. So when they come back to see you, you did a session with them, but they've been practicing all week long, right? So this is part of the reason why our clients get better results, okay? So can you be a hypnotist, though? Let's talk about how our hypnosis certification training helps you build a professional hypnotherapy practice, even if you don't have any experience with hypnosis or psychology or owning a business. Here's a couple pics of some of our new grads out in the world, sharing hypnosis, sharing their businesses, teaching classes. I thought that was a cute break, so good job, hypnotists. What are the requirements? So the requirements are anyone with a desire to help others at the deepest level, but there is no educational requirement, okay? You do not have to have that for hypnosis in the United States. The only thing that is required we call LE, which is life experience. Your life experience will be an excellent asset for this program. Okay, we have grads who are more like machine type people, right? A mechanic. That person is helping different hypnotists than another grad who is like a personal trainer. Okay, so, and we have clients everywhere. All right, so I want you to have a joyful practice where you're helping people around you, right? So you get to help your community live better, live more freely. Okay. The possibilities are endless with hypnosis. So the tagline, I guess, for the NGH is hypnosis helps everyday people with everyday problems. Okay, I can't sleep, I want to lose weight, I can't stop nail biting, I want to stop smoking. We call these everyday problems, and people aren't necessarily going to go to their therapist for these everyday problems. But what this means is that nearly everybody you meet could use hypnosis, meaning anyone you meet probably could benefit from hypnosis in some capacity. And even if that's just sitting and relaxing for 5 minutes and kind of halting the thinking mind, okay? So nearly everyone you meet could benefit from hypnosis. So it's a really exciting time to be a hypnotist and create new solutions for people, okay? So can you actually hypnotize someone? Here's a picture of us in class. And the answer is yes, because hypnosis is a normal and natural state of mind, okay? There's no tricks here. There's no real magic. The magic is in the focus. The magic is already built in the mind, okay? Everybody already has the magic. We just get to help them experience it intentionally, okay? Class is taught hypnotically, so it's fast and fun. There's going to be repetition of certain parts to make it easy for you to learn, okay? So you gain skill quickly, and you'll likely have a personal experience with hypnosis in class, right? We teach remotely and in person, and what that means, it's a huge benefit to our clients because they get the experience of hypnotizing people in person, and they get the experience of hypnotizing people in a remote environment. And you're going to want to have experience with both. Even if you don't want to have a remote practice, it's beneficial for you to have the confidence and skill of working with people remotely because, every once in a while a client will be sick or it'll be snowing, and it'll be nice for you to have the option of hosting an online session if you want, okay? You don't need a bunch of inductions. You really don't, okay? This is a professional course, so we actually give you the tools and skills that you need, and we have you practice them so that you gain a lot of confidence before you leave, okay? So when is the next training? The next training is October 26th through November 1st, so we've got about 5 weeks. And it's like the perfect time to get signed up right now because there is a little bit of pre-work. And the pre-work is about 20 hours, so it's not a lot, but it is really good. And I find it, interesting to go through. And the design of that pre-work is to be so that you go through that and it brings you up to like a really good level of hypnosis. Then when we start class, everyone is all ready to go. We're not going to start at zero hypnosis in class, okay? So now is a really good time to get signed up. It's perfect time to go through the pre-work at your own pace until class starts. Here's us when we were in the classroom downstairs. And that's Blueberry. Blueberry's right here next to me in the hypnosis office. This is the Hypnosis Success Board. Here's some pictures of some of our past grads and their businesses. These are their logos. So isn't that cool? All right, now the third thing is to generate hypnosis audio. And this hypnosis audio will be an MP3 that you can give to your clients when they sign up with you. Now this means that they could be listening to your voice before you even work with them. So your voice now is familiar to them and they will get better results. But this hypnosis audio also serves as a lead magnet for your business. So when you teach a class, when you talk about teaching a class, and on your website, you'll be able to allow people to download this, and then you'll instruct them in your own way how to use it every single day. And we find that people will come back. So they download your recording, and then maybe a couple weeks later, they're going to sign up with you. Okay, so these are the three things that really helps to create a systematic practice that makes it easy for you to become a professional hypnotist in 6 months without the chaos. Okay, over time, this turns into a really nice hypnosis library, right? I call it kind of like an apocotherapy of hypnosis recordings, okay? And that's what we have at Cascade Hypnosis Center now. We've got a bunch of them, okay? So we want you to build a business that works for you, okay? Systematic means you work once and earn many times. So in 6 months, you could have an enjoyable hypnosis business with this systematic stream of clients without the hassle, without the overwhelm. And then of course you could teach a different class with a second recording, and you could grow your practice from there and go full-time if you'd like, okay? We want you to start with what you love, because when you love it, you're enthusiastic, and your enthusiasm really draws in the right people. So we want to help you allow your unique voice to guide your income, okay? And then it's more fun for you. So this is what's included in our training program. There's the comprehensive pre-work, okay? And that is digital. That is something we send to you in the mail, and you can watch a video, okay? Then we have our 7-person in-day training. This is an intense 7-day training. We practice hands-on practice with hypnosis and the inductions and the techniques for around 2 to 3 hours a day, supervised. Okay, so you will actually get guidance from experience from me, from Tim, from other hypnotists, practicing professional hypnotists. And that right there is a big part of what our grads love, feeling. They leave the class feeling super confident because they've actually hypnotized people in class over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. Now, after class is done, we also have a post-certification implementation program. And this is to actually help you build these 3 things that we talk about. And about half of our students decide to keep working with us. So we help them build the class. We help them with their hypnosis hero story. We help them generate their hypnosis audio recording. And then within 6 months, now they have all of those assets ready, and they have some systematic aspects to their business that are making it easier. And from there, they can decide if they want to do more and take it full time or not. Okay? Our training program includes everything you need. So we also include the hypnosis training library. There's assets in the hypnosis training library to help you on additional advanced programs. Reprogram Your Weight is in there, for example. And we also provide you with marketing content and templates so that it's easy for you on your social media, easy for you to talk about what hypnosis is and what the subconscious mind is. We have a bunch of kind of swipe files for you to get started. Okay. Now pricing is $4,500 for the whole class. That's 7 days in-person certification training, all of the pre-work, but we'll also give you a discount. So if you are able to get registered this weekend, use this code prosperity, and we will give you $500 off your enrollment. Here's a couple more pictures of us in class, and this is what it's going to look like. So with that link that Tim shared, when you go there, you'll land on a place like this, and right in this box where it says, were you referred to us by one of our previous graduates? Yes, it's me. So put prosperity there, and we will know that you were at this class, and we'll give you the $500 discount. Okay, now if you want to do it online, and this is if you want to apply. If you want to apply and talk to Tim, the director of admissions, maybe you have a question about logistics, maybe there's something unclear to you, apply, because the application process you will get on Tim's calendar for a short phone call or a short Zoom, whatever is easiest for you. And then you'll be able to get all of those other questions answered. If you're sure you want to sign up, and a lot of our potential students are, after seeing a course like this, they just know they want to get signed up. They don't need to talk to Tim. And so you can come here to direct enrollment, and you can just go ahead and put down your deposit, okay? But if you put in, again, that code prosperity, again, you'll get $500 off, okay? So remember prosperity, and if you want to go there, this is what it looks like, okay? So on this one, it'll say $750, and we take $500 off, so the deposit's only $250 for you to get started. And we would love to have you join us for our next upcoming training course. If you have any additional questions, you can always schedule a call with our admissions department. There's a link right here, and you can talk to Tim. Tim can answer any questions for you. So we basically have 3 ways for you to connect with us. You can apply, and you'll get a 15-minute, 20-minute call on Zoom or phone call. You can just get registered, or you can fill this out here if you're not sure if you want to apply and ask us additional questions. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has spent an hour here with me. It really is an honor to share hypnosis. Hypnosis really did save my life, and I do love helping people do the exact same thing. And I love helping clients, but really I love helping hypnotists, because when hypnotists get relief and they go through their own experience of becoming a true believer in hypnosis, and then they go through this training program, now they're not just helping one person, meaning themselves, now they're helping so many other people, right? So my heart is really in this space here. I love, love, love helping other people discover the joy of becoming a professional hypnotist. If you'd like to join me in October, I would love to see you there. Let us know if you have any other questions, and I love you lots. I'm Erika Flint, professional hypnotherapy instructor and board certified hypnotist. I hope to see you in the hypnosis classroom soon. Thanks everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye for now.